Okay, so today then is looking at solving a basic equations, okay? One-step equation and two-step equations. Now, it's that scary word, that word algebra, that knocks people for six all the time. Oh, I can't do algebra. Let's just look at it as numbers, okay? Yes, we will be using letters as well, but let's just think of it being easier than what it actually is, okay? Hopefully, with a couple of words I'm going to use now, it'll make things a little bit easier for you. But in order to stop that anxiety, we need to start at the very basics, okay? Now, the basics started in primary school, okay, where we had a square, add 3 equals 7. And you can remember those long lists of sheets that had literally 30 of these questions. And I remember sitting there in class and the teacher would say, ready, set, go. And you just go as fast as you can to see how quickly you can answer 30 questions. And all you do, you put the number in the box. Well, we know the answer is going to be 4 there, okay? So let's think what we've done to get the answer 4. We've had something, add 3 is 7. So what we've done, we've technically done 7 take away 3. We've worked backwards. We've used inverse operations. So we have subtracted 3, okay? So we've used an inverse operation to solve. Now I'm going to write that down. Okay, inverse operations to solve. Okay, the operations being times, divide, add and take away. Inverse is obviously the opposite. Make a note of it. I'm going to be saying that for the rest of this video. So we know how to do that. All I'm going to do now, I'm going to take that box away and put the letter X. You'll notice my X is 2 C's back to back. Okay, that is a times sign. That is an X. Okay, have a little practice. 2 C's back to back for your X's. So X add 3 equals 7. Well, we know that this X here equals 4. You'll notice my equal signs are in line as well, okay? Very important. X, 2 C's back to back, equal signs are in line. I've also, on the side here, I've told the examiner what I'm doing. Yes, I've used a different colour pen for the purpose of the video to make it nice and clear. So let's have a look. One-step equations. Right, here we go. So if I had X plus 5 equals 9. Okay. Those words I put on the top of the last slide, use inverse operations to solve. Inverse of plus 5 would be to subtract 5. Okay, so we're going to subtract 5 from 9 to make 4. Therefore, the X equals 4. Let's check it. Use a bit of substitution. Another posh word for you. If X is 4, let's substitute the X for the 4. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Does it equal 9? Yes, we know X must be 4. Let's try a different one then. Let's try a different letter now. Y take away 4 equals 10. Okay, so now, yes, I've used this letter Y, but I've got something. Take away 4 equals 10, okay? Even look away from the letter and just ask yourself, something take away 4 equals 10. Then that's got to be 14. But the reason why we've got the 14, because we use the inverse operation. Opposite to the inverse of minus 4 is the plus 4. Therefore, 10 plus 4 is 14. So then this Y would equal 14. Equal signs are in line. Let's have a look then at multiplication. Now, right, let me let you into a secret here now. When it comes to algebra, if we have 2 lots of X or 2 lots of Y, we don't put 2 times X or 2 times Y. We're lazy. What we do, we stick them together. So let's put 2X equals 12. Remember our little secret, we know there's an imaginary times sign in the middle there. Okay, so we know 2 times something equals 12. So let's do the opposite, let's do the inverse. Well, if this means times, our little secret, then we know the inverse would be to divide. Divide by 2 is the same as a half, then 12 divided by 2 is 6, so x equals 6. Okay, so remember, substitution, if you want to put that back in, 2 times 6 is 12, it works. Okay, so add, take away, times, let's look at divide. Now, if you're in primary school watching this, you're used to seeing a divide symbol looking like that. Okay, which you are right, it is there. However, at GCSE level, we now use something different. We'll say something like, let's try a divided by 7 equals 3. Okay, yes, it's a fraction, but we know this line here is our divide symbol. The question actually looks like a divide. Okay, so that's a little clue for you. So I've got a divided by 7 equals 3. So the inverse of divide by 7 would be 2 times by 7. So 3 times 7 is 21. So therefore A is 21. Equal signs are in line. For a substitution, let's try substituting A for 21. 21 divided by 7 equals 3. It works. They are one-step equations. We're now going to look at two-step equations where we are going to be combining some of these operations. So let's look at if I had 2x plus 3 equals 11. Okay, I've got two steps. I've got a 2x and I've got a plus 3. First things first, I'm going to use my inverse operation to solve. Inverse of plus 3 would be to take away 3. So therefore, 11 take away 3 is 8. I haven't touched this yet, therefore that needs to come down to this step, okay? We're going to do one thing at a time. Then I've got 2x equals 8. Remember, little secret, there's a times sign in there because we're lazy. So the inverse of times by 2 is to divide by 2. So x will equal 8 divided by 2 is 4. Let's check it. 2 times 4 is 8. Add 3 is 11. We know it works. So therefore, to solve the equation, we have found out that x has a value of 4. Just to show you another one of those, let's have 3x minus 2 to be 13. Inverse operation to solve. Inverse of minus 2 would be to plus 2. 13 plus 2 is 15. 3x hasn't changed yet. Remember, one thing at a time. We know that means times, so we're going to divide by 3, which means x then is 5. This is where we have x times by a number. Let's have a divide one. Let's have x divided by 2 plus 4 equals 20. So we've got this divide symbol as well. Remember, use inverse to solve. Let's get rid of our plus or minus first. Let's eliminate our plus 4 by using our inverse operation by subtracting 4. So that'd be 16. Equal sign are in line. This part we haven't changed yet. So now I've got something divided by 2 equals 16. Inverse of divide by 2 is times by 2. 16 times 2 is 32. Therefore, x equals 32. So substitution to check. 32 divided by 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. We know it works. So, inverse operation to solve. If it's two-step, deal with the plus or minus first, then do the times or divide later on. Okay, x's are 2 c's back to back. Equal signs always in line. Have a go, and I hope it helps.